table. The fact that you mentioned that was pretty wild. But yeah, I kept wanted to make one that was like a flask of oil, right? So I just always imagined it being like a ceramic jar with like a, cloth stuffed in it, like a Molotov cocktail kind of thing
Mm,
you throw, right? And then you want to make it thin so that it breaks, right, on impact and
hmm.
has that splatter effect. So I went through that phase where I was trying to make different shapes like that. But I love using props. So like I've even gone so far as to like look up like the goblin written language and write like things in a notebook in
Mm,
goblin or
mhm.
draconic. Like the other day, actually, this isn't a visual thing, this is a phonetic thing, but or a voice thing. But I've been taking Latin on Duolingo. So I had ran an adventure with a red dragon. And so at one point I said something like Corina domi dormit. And people were like, oh my God, what the hell? And I was
Draconic is
like,
Latin. I think
yeah.
also maybe Abyssal is Latin.
Oh, Abyssal is definitely Latin, and I did have an Abyssal character as well, and we needed to find out its true name, the demon's true name. So I did something in Latin with that as well. But
Yeah,
then they said afterwards, what did that mean? And I said it meant Corina sleeps at home. But when you say it like in character,
Oh,
oh,
sure. Oh,
Corina
sure.
domi dormit, it sounds like a red dragon. And they don't know. I mean, most people don't know Latin, so but I think pulling those kinds of elements into the game, something physical, like something they can like writing on a piece of cloth.
Hmm.
Take your old t-shirt that you were gonna like throw away or and cut a little piece out and write on it because goblins wouldn't have paper, right?
Hmm.
But they might
Hmm.
have some cloth, right? And they would probably
Hmm.
write on that. So like, just like a one word phrase, maybe it's the password that opens the door. Maybe it's a clue to the password, maybe you give them a fragment. These kinds of things I have players who have said like later that that's what they remembered the most was, oh, I remember when you gave me that piece of thing and I still have it, and I
Hmm.
always let them keep it too. Like they just keep it if they
Yeah, it's
want it.
funny. Handouts are a different thing in my head, right? Like if I can print it and like tea stain it or something, like that's not a, but that's 100% a prop. Because like, yeah, huge fan of handouts, right? Like
Mhm.
this is what the letter says that you discover on the desk. You're not going to
Mhm.
retain that the same way as like this is the letter.
This
It's like,
is the
whoa,
letter.
like, and you have it, and like it's visceral and it's immersive, and you have it next session. You know what's on that letter because you have that letter.
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of the goblins. Like the missive is on some like nondescript hide. Like this was something skin. You don't know what. Like make a nature check. Nope, you
Right.
don't. Could be anything.
Yeah, it was
For
tanned and
anybody.
cured, and you don't know what it was. Could be
Hmm.
human, could be
Hmm.
elf, it could be anything.
Hmm.
Yeah, could be
Hmm.
a deer.